right, we are off to the races. Stocks sitting right near record highs, officially open for December trade. And joining me now to talk more about the markets is Victoria Bills, Chief Investment Strategist. Of course, for the markets, Victoria, I want to bring you in here. What are you seeing as we start the month of December?
Well, what I'm seeing for the month of December right now is expectations for a very strong jobs report and CPI, on top of a lot of high consumer sentiment around some of the Trump trade that we'll be seeing in the coming months, especially given that we're currently in what I would say is kind of like a lull period for what we're expecting for the next administration. But especially when it comes to the implementation of the Trump administration, that will also help to be impactful towards markets, especially when we're thinking about technology stocks or even American-based companies here in the US.
What is it about a new administration and potential new policies that are beneficial to some of these stocks, like the technology sector you mentioned?
Well, one of the things that we're definitely going to be seeing coming forward is a high emphasis on, I would say, America only or America first based policies. So when we're thinking about, for example, companies here in the US that are focused on semiconductors or chip manufacturing, I think the Trump administration is going to try and be as friendly as possible towards US manufacturing. So I think that we can expect to see basically high valuations when it comes to US based stocks. I know we recently actually had a lot of turnover coming over from Intel as of this morning, but I think that that could potentially turn around to be a really amazing turnaround story in the next 2 to 3 years.
Interesting. And what specifically about that turnaround story is on your radar?
So specifically, unfortunately, they just fired their CEO and they're doing a co-CEO strategy at the moment. But one of the things that we can expect is that depending on the strategy of the new CEO coming in, we can expect that, for example, they might go into more of the design elements when it comes to chip manufacturing, or even doing some of the more in-studio things that they've been already focused on. So this is a new fresh slate for companies like Intel. And so therefore there's an opportunity for the company to really see a lot of upside coming in this couple of years.
Cryptocurrency continuing to hover right below that $100,000 a token mark for Bitcoin. Does crypto look attractive to you at these levels?
Crypto definitely is attractive to me at these levels. I think one of the things that a lot of people were expecting is that, again, we're seeing an administration that is very friendly towards crypto. And while we haven't seen who's going to be the new pick that's going to be head of like the SEC, or who is going to potentially help to basically steer the ship when it comes to some of those policies when it comes to crypto, I do believe that it's a great opportunity to be in the field, especially given that while, again, we're still kind of in this Wild West mentality of not a lot of policies around crypto at this time. We know that we have an administration right now that is going to be friendly towards crypto, and honestly, it's going to cause the currency to continue to soar in prices.
So, of course, we are anticipating to see changes at the SEC, but in terms of an administration that is friendly toward crypto, are there tangible, palpable examples, Victoria, that we might anticipate that would have a direct benefit to the cryptocurrency?
Well, one of the definite things that I think we're going to see is a firing of Gary Gensler. And essentially because he, as many people in the crypto community have seen, has not been the friendliest towards crypto, but he has, for example, allowed for the implementation of the spot Bitcoin and spot ETH ETFs. And so one of the things that we will, especially I'm hoping to or anticipating to see, is the continuation of those policies around ETFs, but also a continuation on essentially policies that will allow for further adaptation or further implementation of crypto across the broader swath of the U.S. economy.
I want to get your take on the state of the jobs market, Victoria, because we will get a very important jobs report on Friday for the month of November. Comes after what had been a disappointing October report, just 12,000 jobs added, but of course that impacted by some extreme weather. What is your expectation on the state of the labor market?
Well, I think we're definitely outside of the October jobs report. We're expecting, I think, 200 plus jobs being added in the month of November. Again, the November report has been, in anticipation, very hot. The other thing that we're expecting is that given what's going to happen with that jobs report and other economic data that will be coming out later this week, the expectation is that we will actually be seeing, for example, further emphasis on a rate cut. And even then, basically, looking into, for example, opportunities for continued growth in the economy.
Victoria Bills, thank you so much for joining our market expert here as the stock market opens for December trade.